design, attrition management, induction training, performance appraisal, and staffing recruitment. I would request ma'am to tell us a little about Park Controls and Communications Private Limited. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello, good evening all. This is Manisha. Uh, I have 12 years of experience, which 9 years experience is in Wipro, and then I moved to a manufacturing company called Park Controls and Communication, where this company is dealing with Indian defense. So I can say aerospace. So all our clients are ISRO, HL, NL. So all our electronic products we are giving to Indian defense. So I would like to say this pandemic is people are suffering lots of things here in this situation, what is going on. But thanks to Narendra Modi's Atmanirbhar, this thing, lots of projects are coming to Indian company, manufacturing electronics company, where for aerospace and other Indian government people are giving the projects to us rather than exporting from the outside. So we have lots of projects and there are career for electrical and electronics people. So you people should try aerospace and automotive companies where you can see your career here. So this is what about the company I can say.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. I would now like to request our third speaker, Mr. Kumar. He is a Bachelor of Science, PGD HRM, MSW HR, MSCP PhD, and he is currently working as the Manager of Human Resources and Administration at Mecon Limited, Regional Office Bangalore. He is seasoned professional with 16 years of experience in human resources in Indian and US engineering, manufacturing, joint ventures of RBI and public sector undertakings, the engineering company. He is specialized in counseling and psychotherapy and a behavioral trainer. His interests also include cartoonist and he is also a poet. Over to you, sir. We would like to request you to introduce us to Mecon India Limited and tell us a little about it.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Myself Kumar HP, as it was introduced. Right. Mecon, it's wrongly typed. Sorry for that. The company name is Mecon Limited. It's a public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Steel. Prior to this, I was working as a assistant manager HR and administration for Reserve Bank of India joint venture and a currency note production unit, which is called as Banknote Paper Mill. As this webinar is focused at B and ENC and electrical engineering graduates, I have directly conducted more than 500 candidates in my career.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So sorry to disturb, but your voice is a little low.
Is it audible now?
Sir, it is audible. If you can just increase the volume, it will really help.
Yeah, I've increased it now. Is it okay now? Is it okay?
Yeah, now it is okay. I think when you come a little forward, it is better.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, our company as Mecon Limited, as I said, it's a public sector undertaking. Yes, we are into mainly into CGD projects. It's a city gas distribution project, and we are into power, we are into infrastructure, we are into architecture, and we are into oil and gas. These are all the different ventures we are working with. Yes, prior to this, I was with RBI, and it's a new currency paper printing unit. So across these industries, I've also experienced with Indian manufacturing as well as US manufacturing. What I would like to say is for these two categories of engineering graduates, which we are focusing on EEE and ENC, throughout my career, I have seen so much of scope for this, including in present days. Just before this lockdown in the month of February, we had a huge requirement of electrical electronics or ENC and EEE engineers for our upcoming CGD projects in Bangalore and across India. So we are the consultant. We are who are taking care of this oil and gas project across India, wherein you maybe belong to different parts of India. You might be you might have heard of gas going to the companies or the apartments or any individual houses or any other units. So this is being taken care by Mecon Limited. So what do so when it comes to the question and answer session, and I'll answer what are the skills that are required. Otherwise, what I would like to say is there is a lot of scope in my present company also. Very shortly, we are going to take out advertisement for hiring the on-roll people as well as a contract an agency and FTT people, direct walk-in through. So this is myself with a 16 years of experience handling these wide varieties of organization, manufacturing, public sector, and Reserve Bank of India, having come across different profiles. Name any profile in HR or name any function in HR. With 16 years of experience, we have handled. So mainly into industrial relations and rules, recruitment, talent acquisition, training and development, or it's called as learning and development as well nowadays. And now I've taken up a PhD work on artificial intelligence in human resource predictive analytics. These are my briefing. To make my contribution to my HR field more effective, I've done my master's in mental health also, even though I was specialized in psychiatric social work also. So this is my briefing. So over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, speakers, for introducing us to your organizations. I would now like to explain our audience as to how we are going to approach the webinar. I have some questions with me which were taken from some of the lists of common questions that the audience had asked, and also some of them which we at Rare Minds thought would be important to ask to our speakers. If anyone has any questions apart from these, I would request you to put them in the chat box. We will take them towards the end of the session. Please make sure that you mention your name and designation while typing the questions. We also have a few polls in the session. I request you all to take all the audience polls, as this will help us give a direction to the webinar, and we will also understand your concerns better. Here is the first poll. I request you all to take the poll and answer the question. Can we have the poll, please? Yes, poll is here. I request you all to take the poll, answer the question. It's a we want to know from where our audience is from.
We do see responses are coming in from Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh. Some are also from Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. So we can see that, in fact, I do want to tell the panel members that we had about 1,000 plus registrations for this webinar from students from different colleges of India, and which itself shows the kind of concerns that they have in their mind to be wanting to join this program. We also have people from Kerala. Welcome, Mohammad Ukash. Right. So majorly, a lot of our participants are from Karnataka, but we also have the other locations as we see, wherein Tamil Nadu being the least, and then we have more members from Kerala as well. Welcome, Ranil. Good to know that you're also from Kerala. Back to you, Vaishnavi. There is Selin Thomas also from Kerala. Thank you guys for joining. Back to you, Vaishnavi.
Thank you, ma'am. It's really good to know that we have got people on the audience from all over the country. Can we have the slides up, please? Yeah. We would now go ahead to the first question that we have here for our speakers. We would like to know what are the skills and expectations from the engineers, from the expectations of the industries, from the upcoming electrical and electronics engineers also, which we would like to know which all industries give opportunities to them. Raghuram sir, can you please go ahead first?
Yeah, as we were discussing, the trends have been in the IoT space is one which is very much trending. Then you have 5G, which is going to be a big game changer. So all the device manufacturing and also services around 5G. IoT. Then you also have seen in the electrical space the auto electrical demand. There's a lot of electric vehicles which are coming in, so maybe a lot of R&D on the battery. Today, the existing battery is not adequate to cater to the or compete with the fuel technologies. So those are some, and renewable energy, of course, is one thing which is also trending a lot. And if you see the solar or the wind or even hydrogen cell, a lot of people are planning to go. So these are some of the things which you should be looking at. And of course, on the other socio-economic front, you have seen a lot of work from home requirements have come. So you have to see how, of course, that's all in the service industry, but in the manufacturing industry, how this work from home or, not able to go to the manufacturing unit or how to make the manufacturing unit more safe. All these things are added things which you need to be looking at the electronic devices. And of course, in the medical front, you see a lot of testing requirements on the go. You need to know whether a person is infected with COVID or not. So there are a lot of gadgets coming in that space. So these are some of the things which I picked up on the trends and skill requirements. Yeah.
Sir, I request Manisha ma'am to go ahead next.
As likely Raghuram has mentioned that the companies which they are looking for is like they can work in aerospace, automotive, and chemical companies also. They can work in construction, as well as they can work in defense, electronics, marine side. They can look for the job. Oil and gas sector companies are there, they can work. So there are lots of like railways nowadays. They can work. There are lots of requirements are there for the electrical and electronics people. And again, telecom and utilities is also there. There they can work. And I was just checking chat where someone has asked if I'm an electronic core person, which type of course I should go for, then I will suggest go for VLSI design engineer course. That is a very good course where they can grab their knowledge on FPGA and other physical design work. So that will be a best course for them to go. And also to add on this, one more thing I would like to say, don't forget your core basic engineering, because wherever you will go, if you will take a crash course of VLSI design engineer also, you will not become an expert in that. Your expertise are in basic engineering, where the basic question they will ask you should able to answer. So that you should not miss, because I have seen in the interviews, like some uh, candidates will come and they forget their first term, second term, third term completely. They don't know what they have learned. The concept is very important. So please, no, I will suggest work on your basic, what you have learned in engineering. That will help you. Yeah, over to you, Vaishnavi.
Ma'am, I would request sir to answer the same question.
As I said earlier, Mecon being one of the prime consultant in oil and gas. So we do have an opportunities. Even if you can get into our website, you can see a lot of opportunities rolling out either now or in very future, maybe 15 days, 20 days afterwards. Apart from that, this is mainly with my company. Okay. So apart from that, we have a Tesla coming into India. We have Apple's big huge plant, which was recently had a bad incident near Uskote in Karnataka. Otherwise, it's under renovation and it's coming up. And you take Volvo bus, Volvo units, or Toyota. All my Kabana friends or the colleagues who were with me earlier, they are distributed across these companies, including Manisha. So there is a lot of demand in all the manufacturing industries, service-based industries also, and oil and gas, especially GAIL, so Gas Authority of India Limited, and the SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. People who are interested in public sector, yes, there are many opportunities, as well as people who are interested in the private sector also. The prime the question, part of this question is skill set. This is what I would like to highlight here. Whenever I'm conducting an interview for these people, they forget about basic engineering. Okay, so what you when you think when you come across now interview in Mecon, for example, so you may look at Mecon's vision, mission, and website, and you may come. Please go in depth. What are the service? What are the products? What are they manufacturing? What are the project they are handling? Now, as of now, what is that? See, for example, recently we were hiring 400 people for 200 engineers for Nalco. Okay, we are the prime consultant for Nalco. We had to give them 200 engineers when we are looking for specific skills, since we are operating on oil and gas. So for the gas CNG station operation, so when we say CNG station operation, they should know about earthing, they should know about cable size, etc. So these primary skills, sometimes the candidate goes blank when I pose some questions. See, I'm a HR person, I'm not a technical person. When I am asking the basic engineering question, which I can understand, but it's a very unfortunate that the candidates keep quiet in the interview forum without being answered. So look into the website and go in depth of the services, products which are being manufactured by the company. You never know. So see, you may be looking for a permanent jobs, but the trend has moved from a permanent job to temporary job or a project-based consultancy, or you are hired as a consultant. You're hired at FTT, fixed tenure, fixed at tenure basis. So there are a lot of money, there are a lot of salary or the package which is being offered for these people also, until unless you have the skill set required for the project which I am running. Now, last 3 months back, we got a project for 36 months. We are in the process of hiring electrical electronic engineers. So these are the skill set: earthing, cable sizing, CNG mission operation, distribution of power. So all the protection, cathodic, is the permanent cathodic protection. These are the skill set that we look from the candidates. So get into this, what exactly companies are looking for, and then go for an interview. Just a small hard work before attending the interview will get you. This is what I wanted to say about this question.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, speakers, for telling us various fields wherein the electronics and electrical engineers can join, and also highlighting the importance of knowing your basics right for any job that they take up. The next question here is that with a lot of innovation that is going on in the electrical and electronic space, most of the new jobs that are getting created are in the research and development. However, India is not too much ahead in R&D, and does this mean that we need to look for jobs outside India, especially for the electrical and electronics engineers? Manisha ma'am, would you go ahead?
Yes, just now you said India is not too much in R&D, but I would like to say that our company, Parks and Controls, we are accredited with certification for AS 9100D, also ISO 9001, and we are the CEMILAC standard, and we are recognized as a R&D unit, which is approved by Government of India. So yes, there are R&D in India. People are the new candidates who are interested in R&D, so they can do their no research and development in that electronics. They should have a passion for to do that one, because nowadays I have seen most of the candidates, or you can say this generation, they are with a very common aspiration in their mind. Okay, I want MNC company, I want 9 to 5 job, and yeah, I want everything, all facilities. But what you want to give, like what is your passion for that? Because I have seen the MNC and I have seen this manufacturing company, and I have seen everyone wants the brand, but they forget their passion about what they want to do and why they become an engineer. So if you have a passion, like without looking at what you can work, you should have that kind of passion to do, then only you can do the R&D job. And that's why we are lack here in India, that R&D job. And we thought no, R&D will be only outside of the country, and there only we will do. When you go there, what you do the same thing. You work for your passion, not for looking at the okay 9 baj gaye, okay office 5 o'clock, I'm going home. No, it's not like that. If you got something to do, take something, make sure you are finishing that one. Till that your job has not been done. So all that passion should be there. So whenever I go for drive or this thing, campus drive and all, I tell all my students when where I meet them, if you don't have a passion towards this company is not for you. So you should have your passion, dream what you want to become, and according to that you should take action. So yes, there are R&D and other things are there. So you please look for the companies where they are having certified R&D units, and you can work for that. Someone has asked
Thank you,
regarding
ma'am.
towards space like this. Yeah, Vaishnavi, you are saying something.
No, go ahead, ma'am.
ISRO has come up with lots of requirement. Last time they have given advertisement. They are looking for the people, electronics and electrical. So you should keep trying all these options and try your luck there. It's a good place to work, I will suggest.
Thank you,
ma'am,
Manisha
for
ma'am. Vaishnavi, I'm just going to take 1 minute here. So just for all our participants, I do want to tell you, Manisha, from Park Controls has been really amazing support to a lot of freshers. But for the freshers, I mean, though they have opportunities, etc., I think what's really crucial here is for all of you to be able to crack the tests that they have, to be able to be prepared for the tests when you get that opportunity. I think opportunities are available, but I find that people are not ready when they get those opportunities. You're not prepared, you're not ready, you're just not able to crack it at that crucial juncture. I really want to thank Manisha ma'am and Park Controls for supporting Rare Minds in the past and being able to give a lot of opportunities to freshers through various programs that we have tried, but we've seen that they have failed the tests. I mean, once you fail a test, really there isn't much that an HR can do or a company can do. So I think it's crucial that all of you try to bring yourself to that level before that opportunity actually comes into your plate, you know. Please keep that in mind. The panelists are here to support, but then at the end of the day, if the opportunity is given and you're not able to cash in, then you end up being the loser at that point of time. So please take out the time and invest in yourself. Back to you, Vaishnavi. Thank you, Manisha ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, request you to go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Manisha and Vaishnavi. Actually, some of you have asked whether you are having any opportunities in Wipro. Yes, Wipro does have consulting opportunities. So if you have a core electrical or electronics domain, you could go as a consultant to any of these big multinationals who want to set up their R&D facilities. So there are a lot of interesting things happening, like, many companies are doing a joint venture kind of investment in India, coming and outsourcing their R&D activity. As I said, L&T Technology Services is a partner to many of these global companies in terms of R&D, like upstream companies in the oil and gas, or power and energy companies, utility companies. We have done something like smart metering for the electrical distribution companies worldwide. We have done power grid efficiency, monitoring remotely the entire power grid and the quality of the power in the electrical. In the electronic space, Qualcomm has outsourced something to L&T, where we have done dual display, like both the sides display. This is, I'm talking about 5-6 years back. L&T has developed in their R&D lab a phone which has dual display, both sides it's a display. So a lot of things are there in the R&D space, but as Manisha rightly mentioned, you have to stick to your core engineering concepts. You cannot just say, I want a 5 to 8 to 5 office, I want a 5-day week. All these won't work. In the R&D space, you need to have that extra passion to say that, I will discover something, or I'll innovate something, or, I'll go and tell this world that, I have done something different from what it is today. So that passion is the basic drive. Otherwise, just getting a job in R&D will not be working. Also, we have a lot of defense labs in Hyderabad, DRDL, DRML, and a lot of defense DRDO and all. They have a tie-up for MTech in the JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru Technical University, Hyderabad. So they offer MTech. So they will not you will not be put directly onto an R&D project. But if you are joining there as an electronic MTech student, you can do a scientist gradually, get into the scientific community. So that is also a good opportunity if you all want to explore, study, and also get into the job. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Kumar, sir.
Basically, this question revolves around the R&D. I would say, guys, being students of Indian universities, being the students of state university or any management, I mean engineering institute, you are good enough to handle the jobs which are available. Just now to quote few examples, we have mentioned space and all those things. Somebody had asked the railways. See, now we are taken the order for construction of 9 metro stations across India. Okay, out of 18, we got 9 metro station project. We are the prime consultant for ISRO across India. In the Sriharikota recent launch, we are the prime consultant in the Nagarcoil or the Mahendragiri, the main ISRO plant. We are all in all these locations. The engineers who are deployed are the engineers who are very much talented in their core engineering activities. Yes, my research, since I'm doing my research in artificial intelligence. Yes, if you guys are more interested in taking up a research work, yes, look for and attaching artificial intelligence with your electrical engineering, work on building expert systems, work on building artificial neural networks, work on building physics systems. These are all the areas where you guys can bring creativity or advanced technology in your own field. Okay, so when I was looking for HR in predictive analytics, I could see because I am working in an engineering industry, I have to see what is engineering which is there in my organization, and whether I can correlate my HR engineering or advanced AI in engineering. I was interacting. I've taken 3 cities: Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad for my research work. So I was interacting with all technicians who develop this. Yes, there is a lot of scope for engineers, especially electrical engineers, for taking up artificial intelligence also into this. The second question: does that mean we need to look for job outside India? Absolutely not. For your information, people, basic engineers who are expertise with Indian engineering industries are being sent to Japan, to China and Nigeria, South Africa, with a team of other engineers to guide their steel plants. So we are setting up a steel plant. We have set up a steel plant in Nigeria. We had sent our own group electrical engineers there. Other engineer along with others team. Vizag steel plant, take Bokara steel plant in Karnataka, in across Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. If you might have heard of Bhagyanagar Gas Limited, in Karnataka CGD Gas Limited. So like this in Telangana Godavari Gas Limited. So all these locations, all these projects which are running for 7 years, 8 years, these are all being handled by engineers like you. Okay, don't ever lose the confidence. Focus on what basic engineering is teaching you. Come out with a great knowledge. Only knowledge can get you a research mindset. Not a knowledge can get you everything what you want within India. Okay, so this is what about this question.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all the speakers for correctly highlighting the that in India also there are multiple job opportunities and research and development. I would now like to go to the third question. All the three speakers that we have today are experts of renowned companies and they have a vast experience. Speakers today, the audience, we have HODs, faculties, TPOs, and students mostly from the electrical and electronics engineering background. And I'm sure they want to know the roles available for them going ahead. So we would like to know the career opportunities that electronics and electrical engineers have going ahead. Raghuram sir, would you go ahead?
Yeah, as we were discussing, R&D is one space where you will be, designated as a scientist, then you will become a senior scientist, blah, 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 and you grow up the ladder. And once you become a very senior scientist, maybe you will be a program director or whatever, like you see all these roles or, DRO, DROs and all these. And if you see on the manufacturing side, yes, you will be an electronics engineer, maybe in the shop floor or in the design space where you will be doing some chip design, or you will be doing some, if it is electrical, maybe you will be doing some electrical equipment design. Then you could go into the shop floor where you do the manufacturing of these things. So that is a different this one. There could be a lab where you will be working in the lab for testing all these different devices which is manufactured. You could also be, if you are in the services space, maybe you will go into designing hardware, software, or doing some other stuff where you can see likes of Wipro or, as he said, L&T and all. And as Mr. Kumar said, if you are into the core oil and gas or other things, you would be doing the operations, or you would be doing the installations of these equipments and the entire process. So yeah, the oil and gas and chemical industry comes under process engineering, where industrial automation and IoT is the buzz today. So you will be exposed to that field. Also, you will have in the core manufacturing, discrete manufacturing, you'll have MES, they call it, manufacturing engineering services. So you would have a variety of opportunities within your core domain, this one, and you could always aspire to be in the core engineering space. Or if you are not at all interested in that, then you could go into the software field where you can use your domain. What I suggest being, I mean, having worked for almost half of my career in the domain of oil and gas and energy sector and coming into IT, it pays off a lot because you have to know what you have studied, you have to practice in the industry, get more hands-on experience and knowledge. That knowledge will be useful for you to become a consultant or become a business analyst, or you become a later on a software professional or whatever R&D professional. So all these initial stages you should always go for the core engineering. Yeah, that's what my thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed a great list of opportunities that we have in this field. Kumar sir, would you go ahead next?
See, someone had written a very good question. Do we need to add GATE score? Yes. For all those candidates who are graduating, who are interested in getting into public sector, let me tell you, there are some pre-assumed notions in your mind. Public sector, it's very difficult to get into the public sector. We have to clear the exams. We have to do those things. There are a lot of money involved. I would say, as of now, I'm working in the third public sector pure basis. Okay, this was a challenge which I took for myself. Yes, if you have stuff here without doing anything, you can get into the job. Keep this in your mind. Second thing is, yes, GATE score is must. Okay, your registration details of the GATE, what is the score that you are going to get in the GATE, all those things are required. This is the basis where the public sector undertaking or central government companies, somebody had written, like in railways or name any central government CPSUs or PSUs, this is the basis for them to even call for an interview. So there are companies where you have to take up exam. Yes, you have to clear the written test because you guys are freshers. Okay, so you have to clear the exam. There are companies which will go for a campus recruitment. There are companies which will directly call for an interview based on your GATE score. Okay, so take it seriously and get a good scoring. And career opportunity, as I said, yes, in my company, see, understand the type of job that you are really looking for. If you are looking for a permanent job, look for the companies who will hire you on a permanent basis. That is a permanent staffing. The trend is it has moved from a permanent job to temporary. I've been telling. So company has to grow, company has to live, company has to sustain for a longer time. So hiring one person for till the retirement is not a trend as of now. If they're having a project where project requires some group of some number of manpower, we hire for that particular project. So go for the projects, get the skills required for the project. So fixed term is also one of the trend now, or the temporary staffing, or a fixed based 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. People who have joined our organization, they are working from last 10 years. They have been shifted. The employment is there, continuous employment is there, but many people looking at hearing that fixed term or contract basis or agency basis, they will never apply. So they are also being paid on par with the permanent employees. So to kill the unemployment issue, get into those things also. Based, how does the employment opportunity you will create? Just because I had worked for an Reserve Bank of India, I was given a importance in this company, for an interview. Okay, so this is how you build a skill for yourself apart from your engineering skill. As if you say, since we are all there in the panel, if I know sir is speaking from Wipro. If I get a candidate from Wipro, yes, okay. So sir has given a lot of briefing about the Wipro and how engineering is involved in Wipro. It makes me easily to pick up the candidate. Yes, call this fellow who has come from Wipro. Let me interview him. This is how you build brand for yourself. Okay, look for the talent, look for this. Yes, in our oil and gas, there is a lot of scope. People who are there in Telangana, who are there in Andhra Pradesh, I heard Vaishnavi was announced in the poll. I could see many people from Karnataka. Yes, in Bangalore, we still have openings. You can visit our website. In Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, we are still called for a walk-in interview. Apply for that. Across India, we have a 4 regional office. So in the 4 regional office, we are arranging just because of the pandemic, we have stopped. Otherwise also we are conducting online also. We are reaching all the remote candidates also. This is the advantage of the technology which has given to us. We are reaching remote candidates. Look, you're sitting at your own village, how Raymond has brought this webinar. In the same way, we through online interviews, we are reaching them. Oil and gas, engineering sectors, telecom sectors, and railways. So opportunities are there. People who wants to get job, they are getting it. So go with this mindset.
Thank you very much, sir. As we now go ahead, I think we have, I think Manisha ma'am got dropped off due to some network issues. Okay, as we now go ahead, I would like to I would like the audience to take the second poll. Can we please have the second poll?
Sir, meanwhile, Kumar sir, I really request, and this is from all the participants as well, they're not able to hear you loud at all. So if there's anything that you can do while the poll is happening to make yourself a little louder, it would really be helpful.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, sir, this okay was very loud and clear, but
Yeah, I'll maintain this okay only. Thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
sure. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Yeah, the second poll is here. I request you all to answer the question. We want to know what worries the students the most regarding the placements. I'm sure that TPOs and HODs would also be able to answer the question on behalf of the students as they are interacting with the students on a daily basis.
While most here are saying the interview, we do see a larger response there. Please, participants, I request most of you, as many as you possible, to please answer the poll. It's just one selection it's a MCQ, not too difficult to respond. We have communication also as issues. In fact, there are some responses for CGPA also, and we are talking about peer competition. And more, so highest is looks like the interview, and then we have um, all of the above to be a problem as well. I really think it's important for our panelists to sort of give the participants, is there really a need to be worried? But instead of being worried, what can they do? I think that perception will really help them at this point of time. Over to you, sirs.
Yeah, I'll go first. So there is nothing to worry in terms of interview. You should be practicing it as a mock interview within your college with friends and peers. And you can also take, if suppose you have somebody in your family who is employed at somewhere, so you could do a mock interview, ask him to take a mock interview. And regarding CGPA and all, I don't think if you're passing out with the minimum cutoff, that's good enough. I don't think any company would be looking for your exact merit of marks you've done. But of course, in the R&D, there'll be cutoff of 70% or something like that. But in case of other jobs, I can tell you with my own experience, I was a civil engineer in NIT Allahabad when the campus recruitment came for Bharat Petroleum. We were 29 of us. I was the first to get selected, and I was the least. I was having the least marks in terms of the overall 29 people. So how you present yourself, how you conduct yourself in the GD, and how confidently you speak and answer questions matters more than your marks and your knowledge. Of course, based on different job requirements, the focus will be different. Like I said, R&D, they might be looking for somebody who is more studious or more, going into detail of some particular thing. If it is manufacturing, maybe they want to have a guy who's physically fit and having that enthusiasm of working long hours in a manufacturing location. If it is a marketing or if it's a consulting, they'll look at your communication skills and how you are able to influence the crowd around you in a GD and how you are able to drive your points. And if it is, of course, IT or software, they will again look at your ability to learn quick and deliver, because software is always a changing world. So you need to always be enthused in terms of learning and then delivery. So these are different skills which you have to be focusing on. One thing I want to suggest to you guys is, how many of you are really active on the social media, on LinkedIn or TED or your IEEE or associations and all this, because these matter a lot today. Today, if I have to pick, let's say, somebody from this student, I will also try to see, of course, freshers, they are not yet doing it, but still, if you have something, you have given a talk in TED, or you have done something in a research paper you have published in the IEEE community, or you have done something, a great article you have written on LinkedIn. These are things, some of the things which value more. So everything we can't assess in a 10-minute or a 15-minute interview. You will also have some background to your profile in terms of how you've been doing. And if you bring that forward, I think 50% of the battle is won. If you have done already a lot of these things, there'll be a lot of confidence in people to look at you as a future employee. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnav.
Kumar sir, would you be adding on to this?
Yeah. See, but the first thing, is my voice is audible? Is it loud enough?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, good. First of all, I would I will give some basics for these candidates. I'll since I'm from a psychology and a psychiatric background, if I ask any of you to teach me how to operate Samsung Mobile or Apple, you will run to me and you will teach me. Why? There will be a competition to teach me which is the app which I need to use, which is the highly appreciated, whether it is Instagram or Facebook or Messenger. But you guys are expert more than me or any of the panel members we are sitting here. Why? Because you guys are very fluent in that. So when it comes to an interview, when we ask you about any of operating any of these apps or a mobile or how to say try these mobile working, you guys will do it in a great way. In the same way, what you are meant for, if you're an engineering graduate, do have all those engineering stuff in your mind, you can walk blindly. You might have seen your own classmates dancing on the day of examination because they know very well, they will just keep listening to the music or talking to somebody or pulling someone's leg, so they know how to go and write. Exactly the same psychology works in an interview also. Sir was saying his experience in my first interview where I was being hired as a young professional of the year 2006. I went for an interview. I was very poor in politics. My interview went for 45 minutes. I could answer only two questions, that is, one is Chief Minister of Karnataka and one is Prime Minister of India. Okay, so anybody can answer. But at the end of 45 minutes, they asked me one question: do you think we need to hire you? So you'll be surprised to hear my answer. I said yes to them. And they were looking at each other and they were laughing at me. And I answered them, for the job that you are going to assign me, you are going to train me for 3 months in Delhi. I am good enough to get trained for handling this. Then looking at my answer, I was in waiting list. Then I moved to the selection list. So don't try this strategy now. So, so what I'm saying is, be sure of your basic core engineering. Okay, the way you walk into the we conduct, there are different stages for interview in any company, right from entering into a company. Yes, we are all with the CCTVs, how you will be sitting in the reception or the waiting room, and how we will complete the documentation process, how you will write the information what we have given, because our work contains drafting contracts. Our work contains handling with the contractors. How do you speak to the people who are sitting next to you? What is the body language that you maintain while speaking next to you, as soon as somebody comes out of an interview hall, when you want to go to that interview. So there is a complete personality check by the, nobody will tell you, we were looking at your communication, we were looking at, no, nobody will share what is the marks that you have scored in communication, what is the marks that you have scored in knowledge, and no, all those things. So take it as an assignment when you're going for any job, whether it is a campus recruitment or whether it is any job, any local job or any reputed jobs. Take it seriously, but need not be worried. So you can't answer what you don't know. So what you know, that you answer confidently. So many of you will never open your mouth to ask the questions about the company. I have seen so many candidates, they will keep answering what we ask. They will never ask what kind of an organization is that. They will never ask what for what role, whether if they have read the JD, that is fine. If they have not read it, they will not even ask what team I am being hired for, what job I am being hired for. They will not ask for this clarity. Ask, you are also free to ask the questions. Okay, when you ask the question, there opens a box for discovering what you have in your mind. We can make the interviewer explore the area of interest that you have. If not that particular job, maybe next job may be considered. Not to be worried, go with the proper mindset and the proper body language and the proper outfit, so for any job. Yeah, Vaishnavi.
Thank you, sir. As we now go ahead with the next question, can we have the next question, please? Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and other external factors, the electronics industry has been hit very badly. So what is the impact that it has had on jobs in the job sector? Manisha ma'am, can we go ahead with you? Excuse me, Manisha ma'am. Okay. Raghuram sir,
Issue
would
with Manisha.
Looks like a lot of technical issues. Manisha ma'am, can you hear us? Raghuram sir, can you hear us? Right, Kumar sir, back to you if you could take this.
Yeah. Let me address this question. Yes, due to COVID-19 pandemic and other external factors, electronic industry has been hit very badly. I would say yes, it has hit. I would like to share a picture. Recently there was a survey which was done by the LinkedIn. So if you see, they have listed top 15 jobs which will go up in 2021 amidst this pandemic. So I was surprised to see the engineering, electrical industry stands nowhere. Okay, so it is not at all there in the list, but it is not, no, nothing to worry. The meaning of that is not that. There are other 15 types of jobs which they have listed, wherein we can feel the electrical engineering students are a part of those jobs. So there are some freelance content writers, like in that podcaster, creative writers, YouTubers, and social media and digital marketings, and business development and marketing roles, and affiliated marketing specialist, specialized engineering roles. In that they say network experts, engineering software backend developers, and all those things. So educational roles, even the academic roles, are curriculum developers, and artificial. Again, I was stressing upon the artificial intelligence, machine learning and artificial engineering, e-commerce role, cybersecurity role, data science. See, these are all the areas where they have listed will be there in the top rating list of jobs in 2020 21. Okay, so you guys being a LAA, AAA and ANC what are how you can relate yourself to these organizations. Okay, many of the industries, my previous two in the organizations were manufacturing under organization. They are completely under lockdown today. Yes, if some of the friends of mine, they were working for Alstom, they are being operated from home very peacefully. They are working. They're all triple E and ENC engineers also. The HR is also working from the home, and all the engineers. Yes, so there are two ways of looking at it. Yes, there is a hit also. At the same time, there are organizations which are doing good. So choose those organizations. Always look for some brand also, which were long sustaining organizations also. When you are choosing your jobs, look for what is the sustainability, what is the strength, what are the financial strength the organization has. Look for those things and get into the job. Again, I would say, yes, if you're looking for a job, there are opportunities everywhere. So you can associate with all the job openings and you can get placed for those things, and by equipping yourself, how you can best suitable for those jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so. Manisha ma'am, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you. I lost so many things, I think, last few questions. But I think you were talking about uh, your resume, how it would be. That I
Right.
miss, I guess. And now
Ma'am,
Kumar was
let's not
telling
worry about the past questions.
about
If we
opportunities.
can just focus on this one right now, the pandemic, the impact in the job sector, that will really help people on the
Okay,
sure.
definitely, Sahasini. So, due to this pandemic, yes, we have each and every person got hit, every industry got hit. I will say we have to see what are the best in that. Like few companies are now come up with work from home option, and they are still efficient and they are giving the hike to their employees and all. So they are doing good. So you have to look for those company who are like this, and they are giving the opportunities for employees to do their best from wherever they are working. It's not that they has to come to office and do all that things. So I will take the example of our company. This is 3 decade old company. So 30 years, so this company never ever came online retest. When I joined this company 2 years back, I asked them, why we are not online? No, no, I want people to come to office, write the exam, so we can invigilate, we can see how they are and like that. But then now, look at the situation. With this situation now, this company, which is 30-year-old and very stringent with their policies and all, they also have changed. And now we are doing online exam for the candidate. And believe me, more than 1,000 candidates have taken the online exam. We have selected few from that, and then we have taken online technical interview as well. And we have released the offer letter too. So few things are happened bad, but yeah, from that we have to learn and get innovative ideas. People are learning. See, the small kids are learning all this online, how to do the online classes and all. They are learning much better than us for this. I can. They know how to do the online classes and answer, and they are writing the exams also online. So we have to look positive way for this. And yes, some companies are there, they are doing good, so we have to look for those companies. Which company, ma'am? Yours? My company is Park Controls and Communication, and we work for Indian Defense, Aerospace. So DRDO and ISRO are our clients. Yep. Someone was asking there.
Thank you, ma'am. As we now go ahead,
Yeah, over to you, Vaishnavi.
I would like to request for the third poll. Yeah, so here is the third poll asking, have you started the placement preparation? The options are yes, no, and a little bit. We would like all of you to be honest with this question. We can also help you with it if required. Yeah, so please request everyone to kindly answer the question. Can you please help us with the results?
Yep, we've got a very small percentage which says yes, and a lot of them with no. Some of them say a little bit, which I'm sure the answers coming as not fully convinced. So if you want to take that, Vaishnavi.
Right, thank you. As a solution for this, as our esteemed panels have beautifully laid out the corporate expectations, and some of us already know what has been shared and have spent a lot of money in random ways to upskill, hoping to land to their dream job in a dream company. The panel have also highlighted the importance of taking experience and also, getting your basics right. We all know that the combination of technical skills, personality, and communication is nothing less than a superhero. And that's what it takes to succeed in the competitive market. Rare Minds over the last 20 years has been delivering the talent experience for both companies and individuals. Our testimonials say that we are here to help you, and they have proven it. We offer guaranteed placements for those who are in colleges and also those who are out of it. Training services is a part of what we do to ensure that you are trained as per your field of interest and also keeping in mind the requirements of the company. Some of the programs that we are offer here are a 1.5-year program supporting you with your internship projects, training, and placements. Basically, everything that you go through in the 4-year course of engineering or any other course as well. This is an intensive course which takes care of all the professional expertise that you need to acquire before you land to that dream job of yours. And we also have the workshops which teach you with the advanced skills that you need to acquire to be ahead of the competition. During the pandemic, the team of Rare Minds has continued to place individuals in Mumbai, Gujarat, Hyderabad, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal into different streams. Also, career counseling, psychometric assessments, aptitude, and technology workshops are all a part of the usual offerings. But what is crucial is knowing them from the basics, like stream specific Excel to your own brand and online presence. Social media is not just about random networking, but meaningful content representing you. So please stop the copy paste of resumes in hundreds. A video resume is a must. Be the trendsetter, and if you are already out of the college and have some minimal experience but lost job due to pandemic or any other reason, we are a recruitment firm since 20 years, and trust us, we are good at it. You can hire a personal recruiter and help you land a job. It's never late to do anything. So do check out our website and contact us. I am putting the details in the chat box. You can contact us. Also, we would now like to open the forum for questions. If any of the members in the audience wants to ask any questions, may put them in the chat box here.
There are a lot of questions, and Mr. Raghuram has also been, patiently responding to a few on the chat. So we'll take them up one by one on a voice call itself. But one question that I really want to address was, I think, by Pierre Mohammed, who says, "What if I don't have a dream job and a dream company?" I think it's pretty okay to not have big dreams or small dreams. I don't think I think it gives you a bigger option of being able to choose of what comes your way. Those who are very restricted to only sticking to their dreams have bigger problems in managing. If their dream doesn't come true, then what? Or if their options don't come true, then what? But if you are open and if you are welcoming things that come your way, I think you will not miss out any opportunity. And I think that's one of the nicest places to be in, considering that you won't be missing opportunities. You will be able to evaluate all the things that comes your way or that you will try for. So good luck with that, Mohammed. Vaishnavi, if you want to pick up the other questions for Sir. I think one question I would request Manisha to answer is, I think there was a HR question. Vaishnavi, have you been able to pick that up? There is a question with the question is, what should or what are the standards that HR will expect by the way we are communicating?
Yes. So, can you just repeat the question once again? Because I was just going through all chat, it is not there
No,
because
it's
I
there,
got
ma'am. There's
disconnected.
just so many questions that's listed out. So they're asking, what as HR, what will you expect from these students in the way of communication? What is it that you'll ask? Will you look at examples? Will you look at accent, or will you look at vocabulary, or will you look at content? Or communication is so broad. What is it that you will look at when they come and speak to you?
Yeah, I don't know what is their understanding of communication. Communication is not only the good English, I will say. Communication, when talking to someone else, how you convince your thoughts to the other person is your communication. So, in our company, we have employees from IIT Kharagpur and the Basic College of Trichy also. Why, it's not that only we are taking the hi-fi people and all, but the person who has done his engineering from the common or the normal college also is our employee with lots of filtration and all, because he communicated well, not with a good English, but with his concept, what he want to convince, what he want to try to say, it is convincible, and with his act and with his work. So that is what I can say communication. So I will suggest when you are making your resumes, make it very simple and short and nice, where it should reflect what you are there, not the copy paste from someone has done, these things I am also updating and all. So this is what I will say.
Great,
And
thank
also
you, ma'am. The next
someone
question.
said company. So, Wipro, yeah, Wipro, Ajim Premji, he has mentioned somewhere, dare to dream. Yes, you dare to dream. But sometimes all dreams will not come true. But that doesn't mean if I'm not getting my dream company, I will not do anything. You have to be progressive. Keep moving on. So one day, definitely, you will get a chance to work in your dream company.
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
over to you, Ravi.
Thank you. The next question here we have is, after completing BTech, which course is the best in India? They want your suggestions, ma'am and sir. Any one of you could take that question.
Yeah, it all depends on your aspiration and your dreams. You cannot name this any particular course. So you will have to be choosing based on your passion, aspirations, and the way where you want to go. If you want to go into R&D, maybe you have to go into some companies which are regularly producing scientists. Like I said, JNTU. Many of the DRDO scientists are ex-JNTU Hyderabad. So if you want to be in a niche, multinational chip manufacturing, like Qualcomm or something, that you need to be probably, I don't know. I mean, you might be interested in doing some MS in US or some other country. So it all depends on your aspirations and where you want to be. and accordingly you'll have to choose the course.
Right. Thank you, sir. There are also other questions like are there any specific courses that you would suggest for the electrical engineering freshers to work in the industry? Like before joining the industry, are there any courses you would suggest them to take up?
I
Or
did
any
answer this on the chat, but I think it didn't go. So I got disconnected. So what I suggest is don't look at courses to get into companies. Companies will train you, as many companies in the first 3-4 months, there'll be an induction and there'll be a technical training. So suppose they want you to be in the automotive electrical battery manufacturing. So they will expose you into that particular field and train you. So as everybody was mentioning, your core skills should be very good for you to get into the company. And once you get into the company, companies will train you. See, nobody is ready-made for an industry. Everybody has to have the transit between your college and the productivity you will show after you are assigned a particular job. So you don't have to worry about courses. I know in many people will suggest, you do C++ or you do Java, you do this, you do Python, all these things. Don't listen to them. You focus on your core engineering skills in electrical and electronics. And once you get selected, they will train you. And if in case it doesn't match your passion, that time you can think, or do some course after joining a company.
Right. Thank you, sir. Another question we have here is automobile industry good for electronics graduate to start his career with? Any of the
See,
panelists?
automobile industry right now is bleeding. They're all in the negative profit because of the pandemic. So I don't know how much investment they have, but yes, companies like Tesla and Elon Musk, he's doing a lot of R&D in terms of how to bring an electric vehicle into the market. Or still, you can bet on that, but you should also be cognizant about the current market and trends. Post COVID, what will be the most required industry? I mean, most required process or manufacturing product manufacturing. What will be the most interesting thing? So as I said, you should be in forums like IEEE, or you should be in forums like TED, or you should be in LinkedIn. Keep yourself up to date on what are the trends and how the industry is going to change. So 5G, for example, it could be a complete game changer. So if you are trying to build your skills on 5G gadgets or 5G services, you will be maybe in demand.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. The next question that we have here is, if any student has interest in inventing products or any invention, also who has filed his product for patent but is not academically strong, then how can that person work for R&D?
So anyone else wants to take this, Manisha or Mark?
See, for this, what we can do is they have to, before getting into such activity, they should know which are the companies they support.
Your voice
for
is
this
low
kind of
again.
thing. Is it? Oh, I can't speak much louder than this. Is it audible now at least?
Yes,
Yeah,
Yes,
now
sir.
it's
good
I'm
now.
maintaining the same phase. See, before getting, because we were working in Reserve Bank R&D, and we have set up some labs also. So what's a suggestion I would like to give is, before getting into any such things, or after getting into any such things, please make a small research. Which are the organizations or which are associated with the type of work I'm taking up, with the type of interest what I have. Okay, so there are a lot of internship opportunities. There are some lot of small project opportunities which are available in these companies, which will encourage to take up that activities until you need not complete your entire activity and look for which company will help me to get the patent, which company will help me to fund it, which company will support me to get it to the market, something like that. So go for some companies which are already associated. So make a presentation or approach them and to tell them about what is that you're going to take up. If it is associated to that, definitely they will encourage. You can reach any HR. They'll be the spokesperson for you people to reach out to their project team and get whatever you want. And if instead of going at the postmortem stage, this is what I would like to see.
Thank you very much, sir. The last question we have here is, how important is your first job in your career? I'm assuming that they are asking regarding the company profile and the role and the brand of the company. How important is it to start with your first job in your career? Any of the panelists can take the question.
To answer that, how many of you know that in the electrical and electronic industry, which is going to touch 3 trillion in next 1 or 2 years and 4 trillion by 2025. So there's a huge startup company, what do you call, space. So there are around 4,000 companies which are actively working on solutions, niche solutions for the industry. So even if you start your career with a startup, I don't think there is any loss. You will learn a lot in a startup company. Of course, join big towards sports. If you join Wipro, or if you join any of these big 5 consultings, or if you join Nikon or this other company like and Manisha, you will get exposure and guidance from seniors who will be giving you the hand holding, and you will go into a structured career path. But if you want to explore into startups or into R&Ds, there you will have to hone where your passion is and how you want to take your career. Thank you, Vaishnavi.
Very correctly said, Raghuram sir. Because sometimes it happens for the candidates, like because of their CGPA or something, they will not get selected for the company's criteria. They don't fit in that because of the CGPA is less or the percentage is less. So any other startup company also, you can go ahead and join that company, as long as you have a knowledge. No company is taking that knowledge with the company when you're leaving that company. The knowledge will always come with you, and if you follow the knowledge, money will follow you. That is what I will say.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, speakers. As we now come to the end of this session, I would request all the audience to turn their videos on so that we can have a picture together. Joy, please start the presentation. I request everyone to turn their videos on to have a good picture.
Yeah, we have it, Vaishnavi.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for attending this program today in large numbers. I'm sure all of you have had multiple takeaways from the entire session, and what you do after this session is the beginning of your career. I would like to appreciate and thank our panel members who took up time despite their busy schedules. The session was nothing less than insightful, encouraging, and valuable at the same time. I request all our participants to show our panel members their feedback by sharing it on the chat. Yeah, so we are having a good feedback here. Right. As expected, the mixed audience of faculties and HODs and TPOs, and of course the upcoming electrical and electronics engineers have received many key takeaways from this discussion, and we appreciate the clarity that was given while answering all the questions. Team Rare Minds thanks all participants for taking out time and effort to listen actively and participate in this webinar. A small effort by Team Rare Minds to bring you close to the industry trends has been successful with your participation, and we are motivated to bring you many more ahead. Team Rare Minds wishes all of you a safe and happy day ahead. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day. We now declare the webinar as over.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a
Yes,
nice
ma'am.
evening.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Argan, for joining us again. It's really a pleasure to see you in all our sessions. Thank you, Manisha. Thank you, Raghuram. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I hope the drive went well, sir. Because we were not able to hear you actually.
Able to hear me now?
Yes, yes.